Allergies, guys. Well, drop some fire, drop some freaking likes, let some people jump in. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram? What's up, TikTok? Hope you guys are having a freaking fantastic day. My name is Coach Patricia Garcia. Today I'm going to be talking about mistakes I made on my fitness journey. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I probably have. So today I'm going to be talking about that. I'm having some like neck issues and back issues that's been bothering me, but we're still here, you know. Took a rest day. Probably gonna go see a chiropractor tomorrow because my discs are just they're fucked. But I don't listen and I still go work out. um, I'm actually doing a recomp and I'm gaining weight finally. So I'm up like 5 pounds. So I'm starting to see like the fullness because I was looking a little flat. So in case you don't know me, you're new here. My name is Patricia Garcia. I'm an online coach and I help men and women basically lose weight, build muscle, and like restructure their healthier lifestyle. I'm not all about like chasing the body, but more so creating a lifestyle that works for you. Um, with that being said, today I'm going to be talking about it's going to be a quick live because yeah, I keep like sneezing, so hopefully I don't sneeze through the live. Oops. So I just created a second YouTube channel today. So now I have two YouTube channels. So that's what I did today. Yeah, I'm just trying some new things. But today I'm going to be talking about the 3 mistakes I made on my fitness journey. So the first thing I made when I first started my fitness journey is I would train literally 6 to 7 days nonstop, thinking that the more I trained, the better my body would look, the better the results would go, the better, the faster the results would come. And I basically wouldn't take any rest days. And sometimes I was like literally addicted to the gym. And I see that happening when people are like newly getting, into the fitness journey is that you become addicted and you become obsessed with it. And you don't want to take rest days because it just feels so good, like a drug. So if you ever experience that, like you have to prioritize your rest days. And I normally now I take two rest days, but before I would only take like one, and that wasn't enough because a couple things are going to happen when you don't prioritize your rest. Number one is your muscles are not going to grow. You're not going to see the results. You're not going to see the progress because you actually make progress when you actually rest. That's when your body actually makes the progress. So you need to make sure that your rest days are proper sleep, proper hydration, stretching, and making sure that you're eating enough fuel. Because if you're not doing those things, your muscle is not going to grow. You're not going to see, or you're not going to lose weight either because your body's physically stressed. So you have to make sure that you're prioritizing your rest days. And that's something that a lot of people don't take into consideration, especially when I have clients nearly starting with me and I tell them like, hey, like you need to take a rest day. And make sure that you're logging it too so you know what days you actually worked out and what days you didn't, because that's another thing that I did. I would not log the days that I would work out and I would forget when was the last day I took a rest day. So you have to make sure that you know what days you're working out and what days are going to be your rest days, because that's one thing that is going to prevent your muscles to grow. And number two, um, it's going to make it's not going to let your muscles grow because your muscles grow when they're in recovery. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're not like you're literally just it's not efficient. So that's the one thing that you have to make sure that you're not overly training your body thinking that it's going to grow faster or that you're going to, lose weight faster, which have the both things have happened to me. Is like I've not lost weight because I wasn't recovering enough and I didn't grow the good quality muscle. So you have to make sure that you're not training, 7 days a week. And also the other thing that will happen is you're more prone to an injury. Does liquid protein work well? Yeah, liquid protein works well, but you can't rely on just protein powder. Like you need food because when you just prioritize just whey protein, like I only allow myself 1 to 2 scoops a day, um, because you actually want actual food that's solid and not liquid form because your body cannot um, it digests it differently. So if you're doing like shakes, smoothies, all that, you're actually going to, not get the actual nutrient from the actual like protein source that's solid food that's actual nutrient. So you don't want to just rely on protein shakes. So yeah, liquid protein is good. And also, if you buy like the protein shakes that are pre-made, those actually have more fat and more different stuff in it. So rely more on the protein powder versus just buying the pre-made stuff, because a lot of it is mixed with other stuff like milk or other things that are not good. Like there's certain protein shakes that I can't drink because it upsets my stomach. So I just stick to the ones that don't. If that makes sense. So that's the first mistake I made, is that I was overly training. And that's not why that's not why I have a back injury or a neck injury right now. Just it's from my wreck. So it's just been like it's my lifelong thing. So I'm just have to like work around it. It's not for me overtraining. So that's the first mistake I made, is that I was overly training when I first started my fitness journey. And there's a couple times where that's happened throughout my journey too, but not so much anymore. So make sure that you're not doing that. So make sure that you're actually taking at least one rest day where you're not working out, you're relaxing your body, and you're actually going to come back stronger in the gym, and you're actually going to see the scale move. So make sure that you are prioritizing those things. The second mistake I made was I had an all or nothing mentality when I first started my fitness journey. It was like all or nothing. Like I can't eat certain foods. I needed to be perfect. I couldn't like miss a workout. I couldn't miss, the gym. It was like I needed to be perfect and I needed to like go all in. And that was like the bad approach, because what ended up happening with me was I ended up having a bad relationship with food, especially when I was in prep. Like I would look at food as the enemy. I would look at food, especially when I was like in the corporate world, and we would have like, especially during the holidays too, where there's food all around. Is I was like, oh, I can't eat that, and I can't eat this, or I can't eat that. So I didn't have a balanced approach, and I was like, either eat the food or you don't eat it at all, or I would eat, something that was bad, and then I would feel guilty or I feel ashamed. Um, yeah, I'm sober now. I don't know who's asking that, but that's hot topic. So I had an all or nothing mentality where it's like if I didn't eat like all my meals, I would feel bad. And then if I would eat like a donut or fast food or pizza or anything like that, I would not eat the next day, or I would skip meals, thinking that um, I would actually, recover from that because I ate something bad. And that's not the case. So like don't it's not going to be a perfect journey. You're going to have days where you want certain foods. Go ahead and eat them. Like see how you feel after you eat them, because what's going to happen is once you actually eat it, you're not actually going to want it. Does that make sense? You have to make sure that you don't have like, oh, I have to be perfect, because this journey is not going to be perfect. I promise you. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be a roller coaster of it, like emotions, a roller coaster of things that happen in your life, and enjoy the food. Enjoy the food that actually happens when you're actually on this journey. Don't like be so restrictive as this is good or this is bad, and make sure that you actually know what's happening with yourself and why you're craving certain foods. Like if you actually crave something, especially for women when it's around that time of the month, like I crave sweets. So I created like, instead of me eating chocolate, because that's like my go-to is like chocolate, is I have like fruit and Greek yogurt, or like I have a protein powder that's cinnamon toast crunch, and that's like I just mix it all together, and it's like my sweet food that it's still healthy and it's still good. So you have to make sure that you actually have a more balanced approach, and that you know that food is not going to be the enemy, so that you don't fall into binge eating and having like this bad relationship with food. Another thing that I would do too is I would like not work out, or I would work out even more because of the foods that I ate. So make sure that you have a balanced approach and don't look at food as the reason why you look a certain way, if that makes sense. That's something I had, is like I had an all or nothing mentality. It was either all or nothing. So that's not healthy at all. So you have to make sure that you're actually taking it into consideration. I'll answer questions after the live. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through what my topics are right now. So if that makes sense, so that's the second tip that I had, is that I had an all or nothing mentality. So make sure that you actually don't have that, and do it as a balanced approach, so that you can actually enjoy the journey, and that you can actually enjoy this lifestyle. Does that make sense? And the third mistake that I made was, Oh, it's Rise. I got it at freaking. So the protein that I have is Rise, which I'm gonna do more videos on the foods that I actually eat because I actually made oatmeal bread this morning. It was actually really really good because I love bread. So I have toast every morning, but bread can get really like addicting. So I actually made oatmeal bread this morning. So everything that I'm making now is pretty healthy, and I'll start making like videos on that. And the third mistake that I made was I didn't have a plan. So I would go to the gym whenever I felt like it. And then I would go to the gym and do random workouts or workouts that I did like that I would find on YouTube, or I would do like, you know, the workouts that I felt like doing that day. And that's not efficient at all because I would neglect leg day because leg day was like the day that like nobody likes doing, but I needed to grow my legs. So I would just do the workouts that I enjoyed and that I felt like doing. And that's not efficient at all because your muscles are not going to grow depending on what your specific goals are. So if you don't have a structured plan, then you're just kind of guessing what you're doing. You're not going to see the consistent progress that you actually want to achieve. So right now, like my leg days are twice and my shoulder days are twice. I hit back once. I don't really hit chest at all. Um, and that's like what I'm trying to grow is like I'm not trying to focus so much on my legs. So every time I'm trying to focus on a specific area that I'm trying to grow, that's how I structure my workout plan. So right now I'm trying to grow my shoulders. So I'm going to hit that twice. Whatever you're trying to grow, you want to hit at least 2 to 3 times a week. When I was growing my glutes, I was hitting them 3 times a week. When I was trying to grow my legs, I was hitting them 4 times a week. So you have to make sure that what you're actually trying to grow, you focus and make a structured plan again around that and your specific goals. And if you're trying to build too versus lose weight, your workouts are going to be structured differently. So when I'm cutting, it's very different than when I'm bulking because the one, my strength isn't going to be as high because I'm in a calorie deficit. And two, I'm not going to go like super heavy because I'm not trying to build muscle, I'm trying to condition. So you actually have to understand like how to structure your program around what you're trying to achieve. So right now I'm kind of like in a cutting phase. I'm not really trying to put on muscle. So I'm not eating a ton. I'm just trying to stay lean and healthy, I guess. I'm not. I don't have a specific goal where like I'm competing or anything like that. Where it's more strict. Right now, I'm just trying to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So you have to make sure that that's what your structured routine is around. I'm not doing any cardio at all, and I'm still losing weight, or I'm still having like a balanced, weight. So if you don't like doing cardio like I do, like I don't really enjoy doing cardio, especially because when I am in prep, I'm doing it like every morning for 45 minutes for like 3 months. And on top of that, I'm doing it 30 minutes after I work out. So I don't really enjoy it. So I'd rather like stay as lean as possible so I don't have to actually do so much cardio. So if you enjoy cardio, then you have to, make sure that your routine and your calories are around that too. Um, and figure that out, like figure out how much you should be eating. So I'm not eating more because I don't want to do cardio. So if you understand how to structure it and you figure that out, then you can actually make a plan that you actually enjoy, and you'll enjoy the workouts and you'll actually enjoy this lifestyle. Um, but that's pretty much all the mistakes that I made on my fitness journey. Not all of them; those are just some. But those are the three common mistakes that I see when people are starting their fitness journey, or even like competitors too. They do it too. Even I did this like not too long ago. I was like, man, I didn't even remember the last day I took a rest day because I was just going, and I wasn't slowing down. And so you have to make sure that you approach this lifestyle as, this is a long-term thing. It's not a short-term thing. There's not a race to it. There's not a destination. Just take your time and, learn as you grow, learn as you go, and the mistakes that you make, just learn from them, because I still make mistakes and I've been doing this for 7 years, and because I like, I'm either burnt out or I'm exhausted or I'm doing too much and I need to slow down, or there's other things that get in the way. Like for me, February is really busy this month. Like every weekend I have something going on, and I'm just like, wow, like I need to like figure out my life right now. And on top of that, like I'm moving in 2 months, so I have to go look for an apartment. So like February for me has just been like It just started, but I already know like I have a lot going on every weekend. Um, so yeah, so you have to make sure that you actually look at your month and figure out like what you have to accomplish. So I know like on the weekends I'm not gonna be able to go to the gym, or I'm not gonna be able to like I'm not gonna be at home. So I have to make sure that I'm planning around that. So you kind of know what's coming up. So if you know what's coming up, you can actually create a routine around that so that you don't fall off track. Because I promise you, people that started their fitness journey already fell off. Like if they started their New Year's resolution at the beginning of January, they already fell off track. Like you already fell off track. So I already know that. And even I have one of my clients that too. She's like, "How do I stay on track?" And I was like, "Well, like you have to make a plan. Like you can't just like guess through this lifestyle. It's like you're guessing through life, expecting things to just go your way. Like you actually have to plan it, you know." And the more you do it, it's going to become natural to you, and then it's going to be easier for you to do it. You know, like meal prepping is going to become natural. Like going to the gym is going to become part of your lifestyle. Um, you know, going to the grocery store is going to become part of your daily routine. Like that's my Sunday routine. Like I have a Sunday routine. Like Sunday, I go to church in the morning. After that, I go to the grocery store. After I go to the grocery store, I meal prep. After I meal prep, I clean my house, do laundry. Like that's my Sunday like routine. So like you have to create a routine that works for you. And I wake up at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. You know, like it's whatever you want to do is going to get you to those goals. But if you don't have a routine to start off your week, you're not planning for your week, you're going to fall off track. Like you're not going to have a plan to like when things do come up during the week. Like for me, like today I woke up and my back was like hurting tad. Um, and I'm trying to find a chiropractor that takes my new insurance. So it was like frustrating trying to be on the phone with like health, like the health insurance people. Um, but it's like I didn't let those things get to me. So also another thing too is stress. So if you're stressed too, that's not going to help with your muscle growth or you losing weight because you have to make sure you keep your stress levels low. That means your cortisol levels. So if your cortisol levels are high, and you're stressed and worried about other things, that's gonna make you retain weight and also not help your muscle build. Um, so whatever your goals are, like I focus more on losing fat and building muscle at the same time, um, because that is like the best way to do it instead of like losing weight and then building muscle and losing weight and building muscle. Like the best way to do it is to build muscle and lose weight at the same time. Um, but I think that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions, I'll answer them now. Oh yeah, you said that you needed the name of the protein. So I got it at Gold's. It's Rise Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is the first time I ever bought it, but it's actually really good. It's a good meal. I mean, it's a good meal plan. I get more hungry when I do cardio to do less cardio and keep the weight down. So when you do cardio, you're burning calories. So if you're working out and you're doing cardio, say for instance, like when I work out, I at least burn 300 to 500 calories. Um, because another thing you need to have is like a smartwatch or something that's like tracking how much you're burning, and it's an estimate. It's not going to be like 100% accurate. So if you're working out, like pushing hard, and you're burning like 300 to 500 calories during the workout, and then you're doing cardio, which you're burning another 100 to 200 calories, you literally just burn 700 calories. So if you're eating 1200 or like 1600 calories, 1800 calories, you subtract that, then you're actually in like a low deficit. So if you're eating 1800 calories and you're burning 700, you're really only eating like 1100. So that's what's probably preventing you from keeping the weight down, is that you're not eating enough. So a lot of times, actually, a lot of times when I have clients start with me, is like I don't have them do cardio. Like you don't do cardio. What what foods are good? I mean, honestly, like food is food. Is just if you don't track it, you don't know how much you're eating. Like if you're not tracking your food, you're guessing how many calories you're intaking on a day-to-day basis. So you're thinking, is this food good or bad? And I honestly like eat whatever I kind of feel like it. But like I have my foods that are like my favorites, and like I eat kind of the same things in the morning. Like I'll eat cereal sometimes. I'll eat yogurt. So you have to find like what you enjoy, what you like. Um, hey, so like I don't really like fish, but the only reason I don't like fish is because I eat that a lot when I'm in prep. Like I eat a lot of tilapia. So if you're trying to lean down, you want to stick to white meat. So like white chicken, white fish, white, anything white. And if you're trying to bulk, then it's like the fats and the darker stuff is easy, like higher. And then your carbs still need to be predominantly good. Like don't take your carbs out. So when I'm trying to lean down, I'll eat white fish or like tuna, tilapia, white chicken, um, ground turkey, lean ground turkey. Uh, I think flounder is better. For me, is the texture. Like I don't like the texture. So like if I eat the fish, it has to be like blackened because I don't like the fit like the flakiness of like flounder. But like when I'm in prep, like that's what I have to eat, and so like I'll force myself to eat it. But for the most part, like right now, or I'll eat mainly tuna. Like right now, I'm not really eating that. I'm eating chicken and ground beef, and what else am I eating? I'm not really eating ground beef actually. I'm eating ground turkey and tuna. I had a little bit of tilapia last week, but I'm not like eating tilapia every single night. I had tilapia like twice last time. Mainly my lunch is the same, like my middle meals, but my breakfast and dinner are different. You're back to the gym. Wait, let me close out my YouTube. All right, YouTube. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.